Okay, let's listen to this claim.
Mind-blowing. It shows you how long it took for Bitcoin to go from the bottom of the market to the top of the market. It took roughly 1,050 days for this cycle. But what's also very interesting is that the last cycles, cycles 3 and 4, also took the exact same amount, 1,050-ish days. Now check this out. I know it looks complicated, but this chart shows kind of the same thing. Bitcoin's followed the same pattern, but alternating from the all-time low to the all-time high, and then all-time high to the all-time low. So for example, in 2015, from the all-time low to the all-time high, it took Bitcoin 1,050-ish.
I don't have the 2015 all-time low and all-time high, so I'll wait for 2018.
Days. And then in 2017, from the all-time high to the all-time low, it took Bitcoin about a year, 364 days. Then in 2018, from the all-time low to the all-time high, it took again 1,050-ish days.
In 2018 all-time low, because what I'm seeing on this chart is it started from Monday, October 2018, which is roughly somewhere October 2018. But now, if you go with the absolute highs and lows, forget about what those numbers are. If you go with the absolute numbers, this is where we have the absolute highs and absolute lows. So if you measure this range here from 2018 going back to 2019, that's roughly 385 days, not the 364 claimed. And now from this point, this is the absolute low, then this is the absolute high. Okay, if you measure this one, this range here from this absolute low, not arbitrary lows and highs, the absolute the ones that are visible on the price chart, it's around 1036.
And again, from the all-time high in 2021 to the all-time low, it took 360.
Now let's confirm that the 2021, this was the absolute high. So does it claim the 364 days? Okay, let's measure from this point to this low. It is 420 days. I don't know where they are getting the 364 days. Yeah, this is 420 days. They are saying it is 364. I don't see the numbers. Okay, now let's continue going on and say this, because these are things that can really mislead someone if you don't know how to go about them. So let's continue.
4 days. Well, guess how long it took us to go from the all-time low to the all-time high in this cycle? 1,050 to 1,064-ish days.
Let's check that one as well. So from this point, this was the low, and this was the high. It is 1,001. Okay, now even if you go to the daily chart, let's go to the daily chart and check this. Okay, because maybe I'm using the weekly chart and not seeing these things clearly. Let me go to the daily chart and see those and measure those days. Oh, those things are not visible on the daily chart. Okay, let me make them visible on the daily chart. So this one, let's have this visibility daily chart, and also this one. Now let's go to the daily chart and check if this is true. You must investigate these things. You don't just wake up and start. Okay, now from this point, this going to that, it is 1,001. That's no different even if I change to the daily. So mean that I don't know how they are getting their highs and their lows, but I'm using the absolute highs and the absolute low, the ones that are visible on the chart. Okay, now let's see.
Which means if this pattern continues, we should reach the all-time low 364 days from our all-time high.
So if this is the all-time high, meaning going downside, it's supposed to take 364 days. So if you measure this from this point to this point, 364 days should be around by October 5th 2020, this year 2026. So we are from what they claim, we are anticipating a bottom around October this year to the upside. But now, if I run the numbers, I think there's something. If I run this based on these absolute highs and lows, we can take 364 and 1064 as relative numbers. Yeah. So I think that's how we can use them. Now we use them as relative numbers, so that because there is some consistency with these cycles based on the script that I'm running. You are seeing a bearish correlation and the bullish correlation. It's really rhyme with this bull runs and bear runs. So if we use those numbers as not the absolute numbers, but as relative numbers, I think we can have something that's consistent. Meaning that now from this point, but now we don't just use those numbers blindly. We must confirm that something structural is happening. Like right now, if I run this script, this is a bearish correlation. So meaning that if an all-time high was supposed to be for me, I don't just jump selling this thing because this is an all-time high. I wait until I see a bearish correlation before I move to the downside. That's how we can use this information. It can be a useful information, but let's continue testing it and see if it proves itself. Now it means that now around October 5th we are expecting Bitcoin to form a bottom. We are expecting. So how do we confirm that? I think the best way we can confirm that is using how the script changes its color from now being red to again changing to bullish. I think that one, if that one happens, then we'll have some variance. But that's not the only thing that we look at. We will look at something at really yield. We will look at the positionings to confirm that. But at the moment, let's go with this script first. So I think that one, the script will confirm if that will be true. So that's why I'm leaving this line here until that day comes. Then I will watching how it goes, and that is so. If it's something that's real, then I think it can have an edge for BTC traders. Yeah. So let's wait and see if we can get some consistency and an edge using this information. It's not bad. I think it is useful when you know what you are doing with it.